Greetings, hypertrophic heathens. 'Tis I, Alex, from Inner War Strength. Today I'm wearing my red barbaric Axis red hoodie in true festive fashion, and I wanted to say a few words about neo-barbarism. For those of you in the know who have bought our merch in the past, you will know all about the Neo-Barbarian series that we have. I'll maybe stick some previews of it here and here. What's the idea of neo-barbarism? What is a neo-barbarian? Well, quite simply, we live in the Dork Age, and as inner warriors, as vanguards of vascularity, as dogs of iron, as wolves of war, we stand in direct confrontation to the Dork Age, right? Now, the word barbarian comes from the Greek word varvaros, which is an ancient Greek word, which quite simply meant foreigner, right? That's all it meant. Um, the ancient Greeks believed that anyone who was not Greek was essentially uncivilized and barbaric, and they were correct. However, they used it as as a disparaging term. We use it for ourselves as a term of endearance because as inner warriors, we stand outside of the current order of things. We stand outside of the Dork Age as far as our ethos and spirit goes. And therefore, we consider ourselves as barbarians in contrast to the current order. So, why? Why do I say that? Why are we neo barbarians in the current Dork Age? Well, the Dork Age itself, its primary principle is that of weakness. That's right. The current Dork Age that we live in is built on weakness. Why? Why do I say that? Well, the current Dork Age preaches that you should just be who you want to be. Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. Do not strive for anything. Just be comfortable in your own skin. In fact, just be comfortable. All right. All you have to do is just consume. All right. Just be a monthly subscriber to your favorite streaming service, to your favorite entertainment, right? Just consume an endless supply of slop, both nutritional slop as well as slop of the mind. All right. So the Dork Age wants you docile. It wants you literally to be like cattle. All right. And your only duty is to consume. Your only duty is to stay weak, to stay domesticated, like cattle. That's all you need to do. However, we, as neo barbarians, are not content with life as cattle. We strive for strength, we strive for a noble struggle. Our noble struggle is that of self mastery. We want to make ourselves the best version of ourselves we can be. And that means rejecting the values of the Dork Age. It means rejecting consumerism. It means rejecting just mindless consumption and mindlessly consuming slop. We are all about mastering ourselves. We are all about directing ourselves towards a higher purpose, living beyond the materialistic, shallow consumerism of the Dark Age. I always say that in a world that wants you weak, it is an act of rebellion to be strong. This is exactly what strength is for us. Strength is like a prayer for us. It's a process of transformation, of self mastery, day in, day out. We go to the gym, we slam the weights, and we make ourselves better. We forge ourselves in the fire of suffering. Now, because the Dork Age offers us so many comforts, that's just how it is. That's just how the world around us has been built. You have so many conveniences around you, right? Whereas in the past, if you wanted to eat, you probably had to kill something. You probably had to raise some chickens or cattle or sheep or cows or whatever it is, and then pigs, and then when it came time to slaughter the animal, you had to do it, right? And it wasn't pleasant, right? It wasn't easy to harvest wheat. It wasn't easy to harvest any kind of plants that you had to grow or anything like that. If you're a farmer, it's not easy. It's not an easy life being a farmer. But that was the reality for most people pre-modernity. All right. Now, if you want to eat, you can just order something from DoorDash or whatever, or go to the supermarket and just buy some chicken, or cook yourself a meal, and that's great. No one wants to toil the earth for 6 hours a day and be subject to the laws of nature. It's not a comfortable existence. And even if you did want to do that, I mean, it's not as easy as it wouldn't be as easy to actually to pursue a life like that on a pragmatic sense. In a pragmatic sense, I mean. So, how do we pursue some kind of struggle? Because all struggle has been essentially removed from our lives, right? Whereas in the past, even just mere subsistence was a struggle. Just putting food on the table was difficult. Um, Now it's so easy and people are so comfortable, and we have so much endless entertainment and endless dopamine hits, that there's nothing to strive for anymore. There is nothing to struggle for. All you have is just, you know, an endless um an endless stream of pleasure at your fingertips, Just pick up your phone and you can you can watch porn until your eyes turn into the back of your head. You can watch movies until you sit there drooling like an idiot. You have everything at your fingertips now. There is nothing left for you to strive for. So what's the point of life if there's nothing left to strive for? What's the point? You need to have something to struggle for. You need to have something to strive for. Your life can't just be you know, an endless pleasure train. That's not a life worth living, man. Not for me anyway. You need to have something to struggle for. You need to have something to try for. And what better thing to strive for than strength? Because strength is the basis of your physical existence. And it's transformative mentally, spiritually, as well as physically, of course. Strength is strength is our noble struggle. Strength is our way of forging ourselves because it's something that's insanely valuable. Strength training is not something that just, makes your muscles bigger. It's something that trains your mind. It's something that trains your spirit, something that hones your soul. It fortifies you, makes you a better person in every way. It makes you more disciplined. It makes you hardier. It makes you tougher. It makes you more goal oriented. It makes you a little bit more organized too. It makes you more mindful about yourself, mindful about your health, mindful about your recovery, mindful about your sleep, mindful about your nutrition. So that's why we are neo-barbarians, because we are not interested in the comfort of the Dork Age. We are not interested in the values of the Dork Age. We are not interested in any of that, because that for us is rot. It's rot. It's decay. It's death. It's weakness. Comfort is weakness. And there's a certain degree of comfort which we can't avoid just simply living in the Dork Age, right? That's just how things are. right? Everybody, for the most part, has a certain. Everyone owns a smartphone. I know people who don't, but everyone owns a smartphone. Everyone has instant access to the internet for the most part. Even in the most backwards third world countries, you'll have people who have like high speed internet, right? Everything is just literally available to you instantly. Instant gratification is available to you. You want to order something from the internet, it'll be there. It'll be at your house the next day with with Amazon Prime or whatever, right? There is nothing that is not available to you. Our grandparents could not even fathom the amount of comfort that is available to us these days. And unfortunately, this degree of comfort is not natural for human beings. It's not conducive to a normal human life. It's too much for us. It's way too much. I mean, this is a larger discussion. If we start saying, what the effects are of this level of comfort, I mean, we'll be here for days. But it's not a secret that people's anxiety has gone through the roof, depression, mental health problems, all of these issues. I believe for sure that they're a result of an increasingly comfortable lifestyle, and technology is just built nowadays. It's just increasingly built for towards this purpose, towards increasing our comfort. Self-driving cars, you know, AI. You know, you don't have to try for anything. We'll just get machines to do everything for you. But what are you going to do then? What's the point of you if a machine can do whatever you want it to do? What's the point of you then? Nothing. So again, that's why we are the neo-barbarians of this Dork Age, right? We are the outsiders of this Dork Age. We strive not for comfort. We strive for suffering. We strive for struggle. We want struggle. We are live for struggle. We thrive off struggle. All right. Not like you sitting there with your hand down your pants and your phone in the other hand, watching OnlyFans models and scrolling on TikTok and all this other bullshit. No, we want no part of that. We are here for war. We are here to make ourselves better. We're not here for comfort. So, again, as I say, in a world that wants you weak, it is an act of rebellion to be strong. So, that's why we consider ourselves neo barbarians. That's enough. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Pick up this hoodie from innerwarstrength.co. Now get out of here.